thanks for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be working on attaching this Apache 4800 case to the rear rack that I bought off of Amazon for my Honda ADV160. So I'm going to take the rear rack plate off of it and figure out how it would best fit to mount this, drill some holes, weld some nuts to the rear rack plate so this can be bolted down and then unbolted when I don't need it. So let's get started. I've already taken off the stickers with a heat gun and some patience. So let's go ahead and remove all the foam. Take it over to the scooter. Let's get a rough idea how we want this to go on. Okay. Feeling the underside. That feels pretty good right about there. Let's look how the front looks. Not bad. All right, I think we'll go with that. Let's go ahead and get this off. All right, now let's line her up the best we can by eyeballing it. I think that looks pretty good. That's about center. Let's go ahead and mark it. All right. Now, this does feel like some pretty thick plastic, so I'm going to use a smaller drill bit than I actually need. And then I'm going to try to tap it. Let's go ahead and drill into this case. All right. So that's going to work. So it's these 4 holes. And in order to weld them down, I'm going to need to remove some of the paint. All right. Now that we've got some of the paint removed, we'll touch it up once we're done. We'll mix up some JB Quick so I can glue them down in place before I weld them. So I've mixed up a little bit of JB Weld. All right. Take a very very little bit. We'll just dab it on there to glue it down before we weld it on. Now we'll leave it there, let it cure. All right, so I just went ahead and gave it 3 hours to harden up. Got some sacrificial bolts here. To keep any weld spatter out of the threads. I'm going to go ahead and take this over to my weld table and get it welded. All right, so let's go ahead and throw my weld jacket on here. Fire up my welder. Let's go ahead and start welding these on here. All right, all welded together. Now we clean it up and paint it. All right, so I got the rear rack back on here from my project of welding on some nuts to the bottom of it to mount the Apache case from Harbor Freight to this to give me some extra storage. And my paint job didn't turn out that great, so I went ahead and sanded it all off and had a guy I know paint it for me, and he did an amazing job. So if you're not the best painter, hopefully you know somebody who is, and you can end up with some good results like I did by having somebody else paint it for you.